The civil war in Liberia was really, really going on. People were dying, properties being destroyed, and people were leaving. So the refugees from there, they were just flooding in here, especially in New York. The immigrants were coming, especially from Liberia, and I am from Liberia. We started with 5 people, and that was in 1996. The 5 people, we did a Bible study for some time, and then we decided to turn it into a congregation. When we first got here, this place was very deplorable, this neighborhood. Nobody wanted to live here. I mean, this was a bagel factory, this place. So LCEF said, okay, we loan that congregation the money. It wasn't still fascinating to me because, African people like us, we don't have no huge money in the bank. How can LCEF look at us and give us over $200,000 to come and buy a facility, trusting us that we will pay back? But, one thing I realized is that the people did that having faith in Christ and loving the mission of Christ to go on to continue to support missions. So when we opened this place, our membership grew from 85 to over 500. I think 85% were refugees. Somebody would come first and sit with us and say, oh yeah, this is a good conservative LCMS congregation from the beginning. But when you look, we flip it over, he said, wait a minute. The people ask, why you want to be clapping hands and be dancing in the LCMS? We don't do that. Why are you doing that? We start from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. So you do the math. Maybe we are a longer service church in the LCMS. These are the things that our people like. We want to bring some flavor from our homeland so that the people will never forget where they came from. And then the Ebola broke out. My wife lost, I think, about 8 people to that Ebola. So it was something that really hit my family. And then we extended our mission to Liberia. We raised some money, I think it was $45,000, bag of rice, oil, and other materials, and we shipped them to Liberia. And I went there and started building a school. I built a school from scratch. We have about 350 students from K1 to 12th grade. This congregation, in spite of all these disasters that came, it's still here, still standing strong. We have about 9 pastors here, including ministers. I train them, I identify some of them. One of them will be graduating next year by the grace of God from Concordia Seminary in St. Louis, Missouri. So the church will continue on both here and across the oceans.